Hey everybody, this is Dr. Julie Quinn, and I'm going to do a quick Writing 112 overview of the Leo environment. I will talk to you a little bit about the syllabus and some of the main assignments that are set up, as well as the pacing of the course week by week, and what I would recommend as a best practices approach to the handling of the assignments. So you can see here that I've logged on to the course. This should be your welcome page or your landing page. You'll notice right here in the middle will be my announcements. I'll post a couple of them a week, usually one ahead of the week, or weeks start on Wednesday and end on Tuesday. And then some with video overviews, discussion board best practices, thoughts, how do you find the feedback, and some writer-centered tutorials that should help you during these 8 weeks. So the first place that you see, obviously, is your course home. You'll spend most of your time right here in content. If you click on the content button, one of the things that you'll see here is my faculty information, how you can reach out to me. We've got email and phone number. We've got a link to the syllabus in here as well. So I want you to take a look at that. So first thing you see is my contact information. Then you can click over here right into the syllabus. When you click on the syllabus, it will pop up as, it looks like a PDF document. And you can see the course description, you can see the outcomes, the guidelines, late assignments, so what are the rules for late assignments, what are the rules for class discussions, all of that's embedded in your syllabus. You'll see the sort of the grading scheme that's set up. It's an A through F class like your other UMGC classes. You'll see the course requirements. We've got 4 main assignments: an issue exploration, an annotated bibliography, a research paper, and then a reflective essay that talks about the course processes. And participation. This is really important. This is how you engage in those smaller discussions that support the larger ones. These are those weekly discussions, and they're a quarter of your grade. So keep close eye on that. You see the project descriptions here on the syllabus, and I'll go over them every week in my announcements as well, but I just want you to know there's a one-click place where you can find all of this information. Different policies in here about academic honesty and plagiarism, about incompletes, course withdrawal, all of that. You'll also see a grading, the scale that relates to the percentages. Under the class and assignment schedule, this is a great page from the syllabus. It would not be a bad idea if you printed this out and kept it close by, somewhere at your workstation. It will just give you really thoughtful and a quick glance information for what's due when. It's sometimes hard to stay on top of everything. So that information is in the syllabus. Again, just brief descriptions of assignments, assignment due dates, assignment values, late policy, plagiarism policy. All of that is set up in here. So that's under the syllabus. I got their content, and then I clicked on the syllabus. But it's on the content, and this is how I'm going to recommend that you navigate every week in the class. You'll see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and embedded in the title are the date ranges of each week. So this is the best place to find your way through, to use it as a navigational tool. Don't just click on discussions, because what happens there is that you see them outside of the readings that inform the discussions. So if you only do your work via discussion and you don't read week by week, you're going to probably have a poor outcome, and you don't want that. You'll notice at the beginning of each week, we've got learning outcomes. So this is what sort of the plan is for the week. These are what our objectives are. And then a brief description of each assignment. And then as we scroll down, you'll see each assignment laid out. The week is going to be, there's going to be a mixture of types of assignments. Some will be reading, some will be video tutorials or video discussions, and then discussion posts where you post a main post and you post a response post. So we mimic this idea of the in-class discussion, but we do it online instead. You can see a little overview about critical thinking, reading and writing, deciding on a topic for your first essay, and that's something that you don't just have to do the web reading and then make up your mind on your own. You'll be participating in discussions to help you develop a good topic. I will be responding to your discussions, and I'm also available for office hours conferences so we can talk about that. Little questions are good via email. Big questions are good opportunity to set up conference time. You'll see your discussions first. So you've got some readings up here, different links. It's probably less than 20 pages, which for a college writing class is pretty small. So that's a good thing. Maybe it's even, this week is even less than 10. I mean, as we move on and you do academic research, that's where a lot of the time in reading is going to pop up. But this week it should not be overwhelming for you at all. Week 1's discussion is thinking about experience and goals, just sort of to orient. It gives me information about your writing background, your strengths and weaknesses, and sort of your professional, educational, and maybe community writing aspirations. Okay, so you'll notice that initial posts on Friday. So we start the week on Wednesday. Your initial post is Friday. Then that gives you some time. You don't have to sit around on Friday evening waiting for other classmates to post. You can hop back in. If there are other posts Friday, by all means respond Friday, but you can respond Saturday and Sunday. And you can respond to your classmates and create those discussions that we would have had in the classroom had we met face to face. Your responses are generally one peer. Once in a while, maybe it's 2, but I think it's generally 1. And you'll see the rubric that is my promise to you, how I will grade your submission, the initial post and the peer response. So if you do, I noticed this last semester with the students that were doing a lot of initial posts, but they were forgetting to respond. Remember, the discussions are worth 25% of your class grade. So you will lose an entire letter grade if you do not do those responses. And the quality of the responses are important too. So that's why you'll see that there's good, satisfactory, and poor. If you respond to your peers by saying, hey, good post, that's a poor response because there's no reflection of the content and extension of a discussion. A satisfactory one may be a little bit shorter, but it's clear, or it may be a little bit longer, but maybe the writer didn't do a thoughtful proofread for like a grammar and syntax. A good response, these are my favorite to give. You're responding fully to the prompt, and you're responding fully to your peer or peers. Communication at the sentence level is clear, and the student's writing demonstrates skills covered in the weekly grammar labs that we're talking about. That appear peppered throughout each week. You'll see this grammar lab is subjects, verbs, and clauses for the week. And week 2, personal grammar challenges. This is actually super important information for me, and I take notes on this so that I know where your strengths and weaknesses are. And then when I give you informed feedback, I can tailor my feedback to help you make your weaknesses your strengths. I tend to not focus too much on strengths. I will point it out, but I take more time on weaknesses to help you develop those areas so your writing comes off as scholarly, intellectual, thoughtful, and engaging writing. Okay, so this week there's actually 3 discussions instead of 2, and the third one is just you want to submit the pledge below. You can copy and paste it, and then with your name. And this is really important. Academic integrity, you submitting your work, not writing other people's work for them, and not reusing work from a prior class. Even if you took 112 before, you cannot reuse work from a prior class. It has to be, that's considered self-plagiarism. I know it's crazy, but the idea is that you will do a certain amount of new writing in every class, and your bachelor's degrees are designed around having a certain volume of fresh writing. So you cannot reuse a history paper in this class, or an IT paper in this class, or a paper from 111 in 112. Just keep that in mind, and if you have questions, certainly I can help you with that. If you did research on an idea, like hacking, computer hacking, and you want to write about that, you have to do brand new research in an entirely new paper to abide by the academic integrity standards that are set by UMGC. So please take a look at the tutorial. When you add your name to this, it's very cut and dry. I am operating under the assumption that you really do understand the academic integrity tutorial content. And if you have questions, it will be on you to reach out and let me know. I may post some videos and discussions in the announcements that go over this in a little bit more detail. And certainly in those discussions, each week I respond in depth to one discussion, and I do a pin post on the other to demonstrate a sample of how I think a student post could look. So I'm showing you level of effort, the grammar, the writing, the research skills on one post, and I'm responding to everybody on another. It's important that you look at my responses to your classmates, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, as you're looking to post your own responses, because I'll be modeling the depth of discussion in at least one of the discussions every week. And my hope is that through some of the feedback that I give your peers, you will get a broader understanding of the concept. Sometimes it'll be a grammar discussion. Sometimes it'll be a research discussion, maybe a thesis discussion, synthesis, counterpoint paragraphing, all these different things that we do in English 112. So I'll be peppering the discussions with teachable moments that I want you to read. It would be just like you're sort of listening in on a classroom discussion where a student asks a question, or a student provides an example of something and I talk about how great it is, or this is really good and here's where you can branch off from there. So I'll be doing some instruction within the discussions. And so I think it's important to hop back into those discussions at the end of each week, maybe even the Monday or Tuesday, because that's the true end of the week, to sort of see what I've said to some of your classmates. Okay. Reach out if you have any questions for me. This first week is a welcome, and we're talking about critical reading, thinking, and writing, just choosing topics, and sort of a reflection on experience and goals. See where we're going to launch off will help you at the end of the semester to see how far your writing has come. I'm excited to work with you all. Again, if you want to know where my contact information is, you can just go to content, and then right within the overview, I'm right at the top. And you're welcome to call me Julie. If that makes you uncomfortable, Dr. Quinn is perfectly fine. I'm excited to see your work and discussions starting on Wednesday.